Hi, this is Nacho from CHOCO-MANGO TV, and today's topic is the magnificent Miss Judy Ann Santos. This is another great movie of her. It is called Inday Bote. It was part of the short-lived teleserie that was called Komiks. Komiks, da 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 da. This teleserie was actually basically very similar to Once Upon a Time, very magical, very interesting, and today's episode of course was the pilot episode that starred Miss Judy Ann Santos. It had the name Inday Bote, and actually it is a very great Inday Bote interpretation, because I watched Miss Maricel Soriano in the 80s. She was in Inday Bote. It was not bad, but it did not come close to JUDAY. This actually is very powerful. Then recently, in 2010, there was this Inday Bote episode that had Miss Meilai as the lead actress. It was not bad, but let's face it, nobody can beat Miss Judy Ann Santos. JUDAY is the best. I think so. This episode is quite powerful, very interesting. So let's get to it. Before we go through this episode, please, it would be very good if you could subscribe to my channel, because there will be more JUDAY content coming up after this, because this woman is very fascinating. Her acting is very great, very powerful. That's why she deserves to have lots of features that are about her. So in order to do this, please, it would be nice if you could subscribe to me and hit the notification bell. So let's go on to the episode that is called Inday Bote. This episode actually is about a young woman that lives lives under poverty on the streets. Her name is Inday, and she lives together with her younger brother called Onion. And they make a living on collecting the bottle on the streets and bring them always to a very pungent bottle collector. I forgot his name, but this bottle collector is super pungent. He has very nerdy glasses, unwashed long hair, and of course he's very interested in Inday. Many times he tries to pursue her, which is totally not to her liking, because of course this guy is not for her. So next we go back, she goes home. The home where she lives, there she's treated very badly by her step-nai called Farah and her daughter Sarah. They treat her basically almost like slaves. They really have a hard time. Thanks to them, their real Tatai, he has died already. While he was still alive, they had a better living. When he died, suddenly her step-nai and stepsister treated them very well. Wow. And now there's another interesting subplot. There is this taho seller who really has a big crush on JUDAY. He's played by naturally, he's played by the Asava of Judy Ann Santos, by Mr. Agoncillo, and that's also a nice side effect, because you always see this nice taho. Actually, I never tasted taho. I need to taste this. When I was in the Philippines, I neglected to buy taho. Oh, actually, I don't remember that I ever saw a taho in this either, so it would be nice to do this. Please, if you could send me some taho, it would really make me happy, but not naturally. I know it's very hard to do this, but if you could do it, I would love it. Back to the episode. Inday Bote actually now occasionally meets this guy and on the streets, and the next thing is she finds a big bottle, a magic bottle that she collects on the streets. That bottle, obviously, there are 7 duende inside that bottle. Those duende were put there by a spell from some kind of magic woman, some kind of wizard woman. And all they desire is they want to get out. And in order to get out, it is very simple. They must somehow, by their spells, magic spells, must make Judy, or Inday in this case, open that portal. But something goes wrong. Somehow Inday is never really doing what the vendor wants from her. Most of their spells are not working. And then there's another interesting subplot where there's some kind of businessman. I think that is one of the spells. One of the spells is where Inday becomes some kind of businesswoman, secretary or something like that. And there she is catching the eye of a rich guy, and that guy instantly falls in love with her, which actually, even when she is looking for again, when the spell is wearing off, that guy is totally attracted to her and always pursues her, which actually is unnerving Ryan Agoncillo, because he makes sure he is the one who is her loved one, basically. He is the number one for her, the guy who's right. But actually this factor of the episode is also very nice. It brings some kind of action there. But back to the vendor. The vendor trying everything. But most of the spells are going wrong. And then they do have some kind of very good idea. Oh, no, it's not that there. I come to that. It comes that when Inday is bringing the water again or something like this, or to this very awful looking nerdy water collector, he's teaming up with two other people, and they want somehow to trap Inday, get the water, the magic water, and at the same time, of course, he wants to pursue Inday, this nerdy guy. And of course, they really come into a bad situation, so the vendor must help them. So what are they doing? They are creating a spell where Judy, or Inday, becomes a superhero called Crystalla. As you remember, there was some kind of superhero show called Crystalla that even starred Judy Ann Santos. So it was very nice that here, for one little moment, she becomes the heroine and can really take good care of all these evil guys and get rid of them in a nice manner. So basically, these people get what they deserve. So then the next spell, but what is interesting is they still didn't open the portal, so the vendor are still trapped. So in a desperate attempt now to finally come out, they have a nice idea. They just want to project the image of Inday's deceased father in order to finally convince her to open the portal. While it is not working at first, she's still not convinced to do that, or has no idea that she should open it. Then comes the moment when finally the image of her late Tata is convincing her, please open the portal. She's doing it, and suddenly, magically, those vendors are sucked out of the portal. It's really fascinating, the sucking out, and they magically become big human beings. And the last thing that happened maybe is that they also maybe take good care. As far as I remember. It's actually a long time ago that I watched this. Haha, so do I remember correctly? I think so, but you must tell me in case you know this episode. But in case you don't know this episode, please do me a favor, track down this episode and watch it. It is really good. Last time I saw it was on YouTube. Hopefully it is still on YouTube. It is very good. It deserves to be watched. So the last thing that happened basically in the episode is that everything goes back to normal. The bad step-nai and her bad stepsister get what they deserve. I don't want to tell what yet. Basically everything returns to normal. Inday Bote is on the street collecting water again. And of course, her good boyfriend, Ryan Agoncillo, goes on the Tahoe run again. So basically it ends almost like it began. But this is really a great episode. Please do me the favor and watch it very soon. And it would really make my heart go boom, boom, boom more if you would even do me the honor to subscribe to my channel. It would be really great because I want to give you more great movies or episodes with the magnificent Miss Judy Ann Santos. JUDAY is the best. Sometimes even better than the rest. I think so. So see you in the next episode. See you then. I miss you. Hopefully you come back again. Bye bye.